What do feminists hate more than the patriarchy? Male feminists.
Hello everybody, Claudia Berlin here, and today's video is about the things feminist men have said to me, hashtag on Twitter.
Just look at all that smug condescension. Oh boy, this is gonna be good.
I'm more supportive of your feminism than most men, but some of your feminist nonsense makes me really angry. I think you should focus more on the way the patriarchy hurts men if you want more male allies.
2 of my friends committed suicide, and I want the peace of understanding why that happened.
You want more male allies. It's hilarious.
Have you ever wondered why Emma Watson said that
Fighting for women's rights has too often become synonymous with man-hating?
Well, this feminist smug, condescending, hand-waving hilarity at the idea that men deserve any recognition for the unique struggles that men face is proof that feminism is in fact all about man-hating. But not only that, it's about controlling the way men think, feel, and act, and demanding to have complete authority over their lives without seeing the blatant hypocrisy seething through every pore of your ideology.
Why this space to talk about that? Feminism, for example, offers lots of spaces to talk about mental health issues.
They've given me a real laugh. Why do you have to take the fun out of everything? It's just a joke. You really need to tone it down if you want people to be on your side.
Notice how she's completely dismissing what seems like some logical, reasonable statements? When people see feminists acting like,
"Shut the fuck up for the 50th billionth time!"
and she responds by saying that she
shouldn't be having to beg for support from people. We shouldn't only have support if we're especially nice and sweet and kind.
She is just showing how much of an entitled, privileged twit she is, struggling against the reality that nobody will support you if you act like an asshole.
Symbolic of his struggle against reality.
She gets to stand on the moral high ground and judge everyone. And if anyone gets upset at her broad, discriminatory generalizations against men and male feminists, she gets to say that
if it doesn't apply to you, then don't be offended. It's not about you. If you feel it does apply to you, then this should be your signal to change your behavior.
But heaven forbid she has an ounce of self-awareness to see that she and all these feminists in this hashtag have literally just committed the same sin. Male feminists are complaining about feminism, and feminists decide to ridicule them for even talking about their problems with feminism, especially if they have ever had this said to them, because they never have to
change your behavior. This then means that it's very difficult to call these men out because they've proclaimed themselves feminists. So what are you doing, hurting your own? Don't you want male support?
And there we have it, the cornerstone of this argument. She is upset that she doesn't have the immediate moral authority over male feminists. And what exactly would feminists do with this authority over their allies? Well, let's see what she and Kat Black, another SJW feminist type, want from male feminists.
Well, yes, I do want male support, but I want quality male support. I want real support, not fake support. So that space no longer feels safe for women to talk about their experiences because they're constantly worried about the ego of this man.
Claudia Boylin wants men to not be upset when feminists make sexist characterizations about all men, and she wants them to not care at all about their own ego. Which is funny considering she's wearing more makeup than Queen Cleopatra.
And it's just a coincidence that there's cameras and that this is all monetized and that the money is going to them and not the people that they're claiming to support. Imagine how powerful it would be if Jose Canseco, a man who consistently misgenders trans people, came out and stood in solidarity with trans people and decided to fund someone's transition.
Kat Black only wants transgender allies if they're willing to not benefit financially in any way and give the transgender community all of their money. Or at least some of it as a tribute to prove how much of a trans ally you really are. Which is really ironic because
I'm currently trying to raise some funds to get some better equipment. If you like my videos and you want to see the quality improve, go on over and check out my Patreon. $1 goes a really, really, really long way.
Also, it's not my job as a woman and a feminist to be making men feel better about themselves. There are literally men on the things feminist men have said to me tag this morning who are revoking their status as feminists. Not because they think, okay, maybe I need to do a little bit more research and work a little bit harder before I can earn that title, but because they're pissed off and that their ego is apparently more important than our human rights.
Claudia Bolin wants emotionally manipulative power over her male allies to be able to be a moral arbiter of who is or isn't a good feminist, to force men to
work a little bit harder before I can earn that title.
almost like how a woman was the arbiter of the moral good of King Arthur by giving him Excalibur. It's almost like women have always had the power of being the moral arbiter of society, and feminism is simply a culturally regressive movement pandering to this female power.
They've given me a real laugh. It's hilarious. I've been told by a man on my blog before that he no longer wanted to be a feminist because I refused to make a list of good male feminists for him.
Permission to look smug, sir.
Permission granted.
Feminists hate their male allies, and a good feminist ally will give feminists all of their money and all of their power. Thankfully, some of these feminist allies have been woken up by the shitty behavior of feminists.
There are literally men on the things feminist men have said to me tag this morning who are revoking their status as feminists.
Good for them.